It's time for Dr. Rademaker's prescription for transformation. Let's tap into your own authentic genius and live the life you desire.
You are now listening to
Join Dr. Rademaker for an enlightened conversation about our brain intelligence, our body intelligence, and our energy intelligence. And now, here's your host, Dr. Bart Rademaker.
I'm Dr. Bart Rademaker, and this is Prescription for Your Transformation. Real people, real conversations, and real success, and tapping into your authentic genius so that you can live the life that you desire. So what if I told you there's a way to actually help you optimize your health during 1/3 of your life? Yes, 1/3, and you know it. It's when you're sleeping. And so that's a remarkable idea. I mean, who would have thought of something like that? Well, except for those people that are super smart and realize that, there are better ways in doing things. And so it gives me great honor and pleasure to be introducing to you today, John Baxter. He's CEO from the Anti-Aging Bed, and to help you optimize your health in such a way that makes it super easy, super affordable, but more importantly, you no longer have an excuse not to do it, because the truth is, it's just going to help you. John, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you, Dr. Bart. Just an honor and pleasure to be on. And thank you for that little introduction, because today's topic, I think it's going to give a little bit of a wow factor of a little bit of the stuff that we've been working on for a very long time that a lot of people are just starting to know about.
And I love what you shared with me just before the show. And that is simply, how to make access to all this advanced tech that's going to help you optimize your health to bring it home. And so making it easier for people to understand how to use it and to also afford it. But let's contextualize this for a moment. And this is where my science hat, my doctor's hat comes into play, because here's the reality is that with stress and all the toxic, attacks that we have on our bodies every single moment, and I think, there's an estimation of 200,000, toxins that we are exposed to every single day. And then, of course, all the other, toxins, the mental toxins, the emotional toxins, and also the energetic toxins. No one ever really talks about those. So essentially what's happening is that our bodies that developed over millions of years in harmony with nature, without all of this noise, is suffering big time. And that's why so many people are sick today. And the reality is this, is that with these toxic attacks, these stressors, we're creating all these oxygen-free radicals. Most people are familiar with that term, oxygen-free radicals. Now, what happens with those is that they are lacking an electron, and so they start stealing those electrons from either proteins or DNA, which then disrupts the functionality of that protein, so that protein no longer works. But even worse, can cause mutations in your genetic code, and that leads to very bad things as well. And so John has a solution for that you can acquire, you can use when you're sleeping. So I'm going to give the mic over to John to give us an insight of what that really is, and have him describe and contextualize why this is so relevant today in the world with advanced tech and us needing things to be so much more convenient.
Yeah, so it goes back to how we got here, and I spent over 20 years in the mattress industry as a lead innovator. I also have a pain to purpose story. I was a martial artist and broke my neck, and I refused the surgery when I was 20. I lived with chronic pain for 15 years, and I was doing everything during that 15 years, every health modality, every doctor, because I just didn't want to get a physical surgery. And 15 years later, I can honestly say my body healed itself. And I was so happy, and I got my life back. And one of the key components that I found from doing martial arts was standing barefoot on the ground, doing my Tai Chi. And as a pioneer and innovator in the mattress industry, I was able to patent the future of grounding. Right now, I have the only grounding patents, the only true third-party study done in grounding. And the technology that we have during that time was commodity based. So what I set out to do after I healed myself was to transform an industry that wasn't really helping too many people other than changing their comfort. Helping them improve the sleep was important, but it really wasn't too effective because there was so many toxins that you're talking about, and so many bombardments to our physical body that our systems were being overrun. So just like a computer that's overheating that breaks, just like any other appliance, just like a car that's not, has no more oil in it that overheats and shatters, we're the same way. If we don't have this discharge per se of this voltage and an upcharge and basically like a battery, a recharge of these electrons, we're living in pain. We're living in all types of issues. The stress is causing all types of pain and ensuing into illness. So inflammation is one of the issues that happens when you don't have enough electrons in your body. You can get these electrons from supplements, food, but the thing that a lot of people don't realize, you can absorb your electrons by just physical touch. And that's where we tell people all the time, you can get this technology by standing barefoot for free on the ground in your yard or at the beach. But really, what we found is that people need much more than 30 minutes. People need a whole night's rest. 4+ hours a day of grounding makes much more of a significant difference, an impact on your health that you'll remember and tell other people about. So yes, grounding 30 minutes a day, make that your minimum calling. But now we've made it easy because inaccessible, because we took this technology and brought it to your bedroom. And so you're getting it every night, whether you choose to or not. You go to bed on what was once a commodity that now is a piece of technology. And all the technologies that we do have stem around the bedroom, changing the environment of your place that you recuperate would be your bed, of course. And just a lot of stuff has happened since then that we can cover. But that, in a nutshell, that's how I kind of got here, and how this technology we've improved, because a lot of the issues with grounding was, and it really never took off. It's been around for 20 years. And yes, some of the holistic people have understood and known about it, but it really never caught mainstream because the product wasn't ready. What we did, or what I did, is spent 6 years creating the future of grounding. And what it took was stretchable conductive fabric versus a checkerboard pattern, a woven. A woven pattern is more like a checkerboard, and the silver threads aren't able to stretch. It snaps and tears them. And so I didn't want to come out with a product that wasn't that was going to be recalled like prior art. Prior art never accounted for the stretch in the fabric. So what we created was a coiled thread. And so when it looks like a 1 piece inch thread, it's actually 5 inches. So everyone's body is different. You could be 300 pounds or even heavier, and our cords don't stretch. So that was super important to the future of grounding. And from there, all these amazing things can happen, especially in the bedroom on, per se, your mattress, making it breathable, making it stretchable, keeping it super conductive. We use silver threads. Along with that, putting the wires, some health and safety features in the wire, a resistor. All these things are things that were never done before that we've done because we saw what the future was before us. And I did this because I wanted to help myself, of course, number one, And number two, because I was an innovator and already in this industry, I was done offering people commodities that weren't offering any types of health benefits at the end. So this was knocking out two birds with one stone. You're taking care of yourself in the comfort of your own home without pills. It's a beautiful thing. You don't have to stress or worry about, uh, doing all these other things. It was so simplistic for the average American to grasp that it was been a home run with a lot of the people that have just didn't understand the product but tried the product.
So I applaud what you're doing.
Yeah, thank you. And if I could show you the demonstration, it kind of gets to the
Yes.
nuts and bolts of everything.
And so obviously for those radio listeners, you'll have to go to my YouTube site to watch this live, but John will give us a good explanation.
Yeah, so we created this little mini mattress to showcase how it works. You see that does plug in that mound resistor right here. It has a resistor inside, but it just shows that this little miniature mattress is conductive. There's silver threads in there, and it plugs into the wall. So you're laying on technology that plugs into the wall through the conductive fabric that is our technology. So it's pretty crazy when you say a piece of fabric is not a piece of fabric, it's a piece of technology. But we also hook it up to this meter. And so everything I can show you, I can actually prove. And so here's the meter, and I don't know if it's showing very well.
Yep.
I take the ground and I just tie it right into the mattress. And from here, this other one right here, that little piece of metal right there, you can see that there's voltage in the air. I'm not
Right.
touching anything. You're seeing a 0.08. I'm going to show you it really quick. Now I'm going to measure it on my body. As you can see, it's 0.768,
Yep.
0.70. And I simply, as I have it here, let me see if I can get a good angle view, is that
Yep.
when I touch the fabric, it goes to zero. So what is that mechanism of action, right? So that's the demonstration. It gets right to the nuts and bolts. What's going on is that we're always supposed to be connected to the earth, and my voltage increases due to the lights that are around me, due to the food in my body, the inflammation causing things that we have around us, our Wi-Fi's. That's increasing my inflammation. That's increasing my voltage. It's actually increasing my heat in my body. And as you know, with any type of, we're electrical beings. That's the way God designed us. And all of us, even computers, they overheat. So if we have this situation where we're overstressed, we're constantly being bombarded by inflammation causing foods and radiation, we're just setting ourselves up for a life of pain and illness. And so what happened here was I discharged myself. As soon as I touched the fabric, my excessive energy had a place to go.
Right.
Because I have rubber soled shoes on and I'm on a concrete slab that's an insulator, not a conductor like the ground. The earth itself is literally a battery, and it does have a hertz and it does have a frequency, and that frequency of the earth coincides and is very harmonious to my body, to all of our bodies, plants, animals. I've never seen a dog wearing shoes out in the wild. They have paws and they're conductive and they touch the earth and it reduces inflammation. It allows the animal and us, to not eat as much food. It allows the earth to do its job and give that little resonant frequency that we need that is so important. So the modern era has put us in a box that's an insulator, and we're disconnected to the earth and everything around us. So the beautiful thing of the meter test, it just shows the transfer of energy. And in that transfer of energy, I said discharge, but it goes two ways. It goes two ways. It's adding electrons. So it gives us an ocean of electrons, as many electrons as we need based on how good our circulatory system is. From there, we'll experience deeper sleep, and we got third-party studies that prove it. So, I can cover those if you like, but that is quintessential and necessary to get a deeper night's sleep and just give the body what it's kind of asking for.
So as we wrap it up, John, how do people get a hold of you, and last comments from you?
Yeah, so I'm on social media under Real John Baxter. I'm pretty much on most social media accounts. Our website is antiagingbed.com. And on that site, you'll see all the different technologies. We have 70 technologies, folks. So it all started with grounding, of course. And attachments. And reach out to me some way if you have a question on how this could improve your health. Great. We take those on. Hard issues to figure out, we've got those too. We've got some solutions for you folks as well. So we offer our stuff for free. That's how we became well known. I'm here right now, one of the showrooms in our office here in Orlando, Florida. And if you had a hard to understand issue or thing like this, most people come for a week, up to a week, 2-3 days, spend 2 or 3 hours a day here. It's essentially fit like a wellness center. And you can try the technology for a couple hours a day for free. And if you see something that makes a difference, by all means, we have them. If it was just something that you thought just to try, by all means, it was worth a shot. So that's basically what a little bit about us and some of the contact information. So thank you, Dr. Bart.
No, thank you. And this was so insightful in so many different ways. John, thank you so much. My name is Dr. Bart Rademaker. This is Prescription for Your Transformation, Real People, Real Conversations, and Real Success. And also part of the Doctor's Guide podcast, Raw and Unfiltered, where we get to share with you the specific ways that you can best navigate intelligently your own journey on health optimization. And we will be back.
Thanks for joining us on another episode of Dr. Rademaker's Prescription for Your Transformation. Continue the path towards discovering your own authentic genius by tuning in next time for more real conversations with real people.